for Toffoli. Here comes Tyler Toffoli again. Drago through the lane, back in, scores! Oh, baby, what a goal! Did you see that move? Tyler Toffoli, second of the...
And after 22 years, Raymond Moore! And then Ronaldo! What a goal by Cristiano Ronaldo! Sensational!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sports Junkies podcast. Franco, looks like you might have to take over the show because my voice tonight not happening. Too much yelling from the game.
Yeah,
we're coming to you live on Monday, Easter Monday, actually. So happy Easter to those of you who celebrate. April 5th here with my buddy Frank. That's Franco. I'm Joey.
What's up?
And we're here to talk about some sports this week.
Yeah, sports.
Not a whole lot on the other sports front, but let me tell you, we got some Habs news. We got some Habs talk to bring to you. So
it'll get exciting. It'll get heating at the end.
So let's start with a little recap of basically the week in sports. For those of you who are following the World Cup qualifications and all those games, Franco, I believe you probably watched more of those games than I did.
I actually watched.
So I don't know if you could tell me about how you like Italy's play or don't like Italy's play. Obviously, we're Italian, so we're gonna be focusing most likely on them. They got 3 wins against Northern Ireland, Bulgaria, and Lithuania. Go ahead.
Easy wins. Pretty much easy, classic Italian football. Get a goal, pass the ball around the back, get another goal, game over.
That makes sense.
Let's get out of here. So it was 3 easy wins for Italy, and it's great to start off with.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's good to have the points in the bank at least.
Because last time we didn't qualify for the World Cup, so.
Yeah, and we don't end up like Germany losing to North Macedonia. No shot to
good for them, man.
North Macedonia, great. They must have played a great game, but I just saw that on the standings and I was like, okay, then. But yeah, that's what we have. We got the Switzerland game left, I believe, before to complete the full round robin of all the teams.
Yeah.
In other news, I haven't watched any other games, so I mean, I wouldn't be able to comment. But
me either. I just watched the Italy games.
But it looks like Portugal's doing well. Spain's also doing well. I mean, the favorites in pretty much every division are up ahead. Belgium is also ahead, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We won't go through the whole thing. Maybe when it gets closer to the end, where teams are kind of in and out of the balance, we'll comment a little bit more on it. I believe the last time I wasn't going to mention this, but I don't think I meant the last time we spoke. The Bahrain Grand Prix hadn't happened yet. So quickly recapping that, Lewis Hamilton takes first. Max Verstappen less than a second away. Hamilton had a good race. I thought Max Verstappen should have won the race. There was a point where he passed Hamilton, and it was judged that he passed him off the track.
Yeah,
so,
didn't he was supposed to get a 5-second penalty?
Yeah, so basically instead of giving the 5-second penalty, they decided to
let him pass.
To let Hamilton pass. Now, in my opinion, I saw the overtake. I mean, it's kind of iffy. His nose was ahead before he went off the track. Now, there's rules to interpret and all that. The FIA, the F1's always on it and all that stuff there. So I'm not really worried about it.
To the head, we don't know. Is it a shoulder?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. No, but they're not bad, the FIA usually. Really, the issue for me was I don't understand why Red Bull didn't say, fuck it, keep him out. Because even if you get the 5-second penalty, right, at the pace that Max Verstappen was going, the next guy, right, the third place racer was Valtteri Bottas with 37 seconds behind.
That's a lot.
So at that point, just take the penalty. And that's, I mean, if I'm the Red Bull, GM, the head engineer. That's what they're called. If I'm the engineer, I'm just like, just go, just try to build a gap of 5 seconds. So if you get the 5 seconds, you still win.
Yeah.
Either way, that's how it finished. Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas. For those of you who are Ferrari fans, Leclerc in 6th and Sainz in 8th. Leclerc had a good race, a little tough here and there around the edges, but it's the first race of the season. They did better than they did last year in Bahrain. So I guess encouraging signs there.
Yep.
Frank, you don't follow golf, but
I tried to watch the highlights.
Listen, this week you gotta watch the Masters.
Oh, okay. I'll keep an eye on it.
Keep at least your right eye on it while the other eye is on another game or something.
Yeah.
But the Masters are coming up. Unfortunately, Tiger Woods is not able to be in it.
No.
Obviously because of his accident. It's almost
a month.
probably almost 2 months now.
Yeah.
It's probably at least a month, yeah. So yeah, he was trying to be ready for the Masters. Unfortunately, not going to happen. Jordan Spieth just won this week. Long time since he's won a tournament.
For real.
So he's now ranked fourth in the power rankings because of his form. He's had some good tournaments this year. So Dustin Johnson, Justin Thomas, John Rahm, Jordan Spieth, Patrick Reed. Those are the top five in terms of power rankings, I guess, if you want to put it that way. I'd like to see DJ win. DJ is obviously Wayne Gretzky's son-in-law. So for those of you who don't know, that's why and he just bombs the ball, man. This guy's, I don't know. He bombs the ball like 320 easy, no problem, not even a problem. I have a problem hitting 220. Crazy. Never mind 320.
I can't even hit 100 yards.
So those of you who want to see the Masters, the first thing you got to do is go see Franco at the driving range.
Yeah.
And then after that, then you can watch the Masters and really appreciate how good these guys are at playing golf.
For real.
But man, yeah, they'll keep your eye out for the Masters this week. And
I will. I'll try to.
We'll I'm assuming next Sunday, we'll probably be on next Sunday or Monday, and we'll have the recap for you because obviously, they'll have everything done by then. But that's it. That's all the news I have for this week.
I will switch over to hockey.
Yeah, we'll switch over to the main event. Another overtime win.
Yeah.
Canadian Montreal.
Oh man, was this well needed? Oh, felt so good to win. Well, especially after coming off a very, very, disappointing performance against Ottawa. We lost 6-3. To me, it frustrates me so much that, we came out against Edmonton and then we came out against Ottawa the first game, literally flying. And then after 2 games later, we're a different team. We can't make a pass. There's no communication. Everyone's all over the ice.
Execution's just not there. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand. How could you we're pretty much at the end of the season and we're still having the same problems that we had in the beginning of the season. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, you gotta think of also it's just annoying.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Not the execution not being there 100%. Now, last game, do I think that against Ottawa we could have probably let in a couple a little fewer goals? Yeah, probably. Whether that's Price's fault or not, I don't know.
Yeah, there was one of them. The second goal he should have had. He should never give that rebound. Yeah. That was a bad one. I won't.
But I mean, at the same time, he's not getting a ton of shots, so he's not super warm. And as a goalie, I can tell you that's one of the hardest things ever for a goalie is just having having a good team that's dominating. And then, you have 10 shots a game and 3 of them are scoring opportunities and, you let 2 in and the game.
But especially how Ottawa plays. Ottawa plays a very annoying style, right? It's never, you'll never get those clean, crisp opportunity shots from good players. It's a lot of grinding players in front of the net, jam, deflections. If I was a goalie, I would be pissed off to have all those shots. If I was a goalie, I like those point shots. Point, just nice glove. All right, easy. Let's go next play.
Yeah, I mean everybody loves those ones.
I understand. It's probably a little bit of frustrations on Carey's part, where it's it's annoying to play against Ottawa, and look, kudos to them. That's exactly how
I mean, good for them. Fine, But listen, they're gonna have a couple of very good players. I cannot speak English. A couple very good players in a few years. I mean,
they will.
I'm a big fan of Stützle. You already know that. He's probably one of my favorite young players in the league right now.
Looks freaking good.
Brady Tkachuk is Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, we already know what he's all about.
I think Colin White has some room to grow still. I honestly, their most underrated player, I think, is Norris.
Yeah, James Norris.
In terms of that, you don't see him. He might not get the recognition around the league as a great prospect.
Yeah,
but I think he's got some serious potential.
Yeah, he's solid. There's good, then they have Shabbat on the back end, and
Shabbat, like I said,
unreal.
He's one of my favorite defensemen, and like I said last week, which was probably my hot take of the week last week, was that he could be a better senator than Erik Karlsson was.
Yeah, well, I proved it last game.
Listen, last game he played pretty well.
He got if I'm not mistaken, 2-3 assists.
Yeah, and he also led both teams in ice time, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a guy who's going to play some big minutes for them, and they're going to have a decent team. I mean, if they can get some goaltending in the next coming years, I would not be surprised if in 2 years they have some type of shot to make a playoff spot. I mean, I don't see why not. You got to
they have a
bolster the
good
back
young
end a little
goalie.
bit. Yeah, they got to bolster the back end a little bit, and then figure out their goaltending situation.
Well, Murray is probably the guy that they're gonna go with for now. Like,
Yeah,
they're gonna give him his shot, right? They're gonna give him the shot for number one to take the reins. But they have another guy that's pushing, and like Philip Gustafsson.
Yeah, Gustafsson's been pretty good. I mean,
he played. He looks good.
They just claimed him, like.
No, he was a prospect.
So who did they just claim? Why am I? Forsberg. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got both Swedes confused. Yeah. My bad. Yes. Gustafsson is. I mean, to be honest, I liked Forsberg before as well, but he never got really much opportunity to play. But when he was in Chicago, I watched a few games and I really liked his technique. Not the biggest guy in the world, and I guess that's why I kind of gravitated towards that guy, because I like goalies who are very sound technically without being massive, goalies. But that's that. We played the Montreal Canadiens. Not we, obviously. You and I do not skate for the Montreal Canadiens.
Fuck if we did.
But Eric Staal made his debut as number 21 for the Montreal Canadiens tonight, and it was a very solid debut, scoring the overtime winner.
But exactly what I expected Staal was going to do. Nothing like out of the ordinary, right? No. But for real.
What do you mean nothing? He scored in overtime.
Yes, but no. But I'm talking about the 3 periods. Yeah. Right. Nothing out of the ordinary. He didn't play shit. Played his solid Eric Staal game, right? He was like, if I'm not mistaken, 65% in the face-off,
if not more. He was. I mean, the whole team was, I think, 88% in the first or second period.
Yeah, at one point we were 85.5, and Edmonton was 12.5%.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Staal, I think, if I'm not mistaken, won 14 face-offs tonight.
I'm checking.
I saw the stat line. Check now. I think he had 14 face-offs wins. And I think
he was 78% effective.
Yeah,
on the face-offs.
Yeah. How many did he win? How many?
No, it doesn't say. Doesn't say on the stat.
78% would probably be 14 for 18.
Played 16
14
minutes.
For 18 or 14 for 19, something like that.
Look, he played a solid game, exactly. But this is exactly what we brought him in for, right?
Yep.
He still play hockey, right?
He's a lot. I honestly think he's a lot better than he was in Buffalo. Like, the player he was in Buffalo is not who Eric Staal is.
Yeah, but Buffalo, you have to understand that Buffalo was a shit town over there, man.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
You step on the ice and it's like, fucking, you don't even know what you're doing anymore. It was disgusting. Yeah. It's so sad. I started watching it when they lost 18 games in a row. Towards the end, I started watching the games and I was like, I don't even know where to start. If I was a coach, I don't even know where to start. Like, if I was the GM, I would be like, clean slate, the whole team out, and restart from scratch.
Well, I don't think you can do that.
But I know you can. But it's
as much as you can do, yeah. I mean,
there was not even one player that I could look at and be like, you know what? I'll keep him.
Well, to be honest, I like Middlestat. I like Dalin, even though he's had a horrible season.
He doesn't even. That guy was.
He looks horrible compared to what he was last year. But I still like the player. I think he's got some really, really, really good upside. I mean, and Jack Eichel. I mean, you can keep him. He's pretty much a stud. So
he was hurt.
Is he a captain? Again, debatable. I don't like his attitude very much, but that's just me. But there's no doubt he's a superstar in the league.
Yeah.
He's at least a point per game player and could probably be more than that. So, so that's Buffalo. I don't really want to talk about Buffalo because that's just depressing. That's just depressing. Yeah. I don't know. Today, it was depressing. Having goals scored on you in the last.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Of the period.
No. We have to stop. Like, that's not hockey. It's
honestly unacceptable.
You know what that is? You know what that is? That's them switching off.
Yeah, it's a lack of
58 seconds. Take it easy. No, they're not going to score. No. That's when you're supposed to play the hardest.
That first goal for sure. That first goal that Drouin just. I mean, for as much as I've been, saying Drouin's
cloud nine. He was in cloud nine.
Been great for us and whatever. Now, do I think Weber could have also been on the back door? Probably. Do I think that Edmondson could have done a better job keeping his guy to the outside? Probably. I mean, it's a team game, right? Now, yes, Drouin is the one who's at fault the most. But I think it
was his guy. He was covering.
Yeah, it was his guy.
He took over because the play happened. Edmondson went around the net.
But I'm saying it's just not normal that the guy's able to do that, to come out.
Yeah, Look, it's gonna happen, right? You can't stop it.
Yeah, no, you
can't
can't stop
all
everything.
the time. So
yeah,
what you could stop is the guy from the back door.
But is not losing your assignment. Yeah, that's the thing you gotta.
To me, that's sloppy
control.
defense.
Yeah, and then the other one, I mean,
I didn't see
it's
it.
a power play, right?
Yeah.
So it's a power play slap shot. Now Carey probably could have saved it.
I didn't see the second goal. So.
I mean, Nurse just walked in and just ripped the clapper like past him. I mean, kind of like that other goal in Calgary the other time, where the defense just walked the line and had a whole open shot.
Look, if you make a defenseman walk in, like, what do you want to do?
No, I mean, he walked in past like the circles, like.
Fuck. Carey's gonna stand there.
There was like a battle. There was a battle on that side. Puck came over and he was just alone. So I mean,
but
not much he could do.
Or else, thank God we came out.
Yeah.
Thank God in the third period we came out flying.
But I mean, not even in the third period. I mean, we dominated the game, man. Like I am not impressed with the Edmonton Oilers. I'm sorry. To me, that is not a good team. That is not a good hockey team.
They're garbage.
It's not a good hockey team. Now, do you have the two best players in the world? Probably. One for sure.
Yeah, no, but Draisaitl's up there. He's up there.
Does that mean you can? I mean, he might not be number 2, but I mean, it's probably top 5, right now.
In the NHL, yeah. I'll put him top 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know if I could put anybody else in there.
It's McDavid, McKinnon, and Draisaitl.
McKinnon and him. Yeah, I mean, like that's it. That's the only thing.
I don't know who else you would put. They're one. Yeah, you could even argue 1-2, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you have at least one, the best player.
Yeah.
You might have the second. I mean, maybe Kane. I mean, Kane's third in points, but I don't think I consider him the best player.
I don't think he has the same threat as Draisaitl does.
Yeah, I mean, Marner's got 47.
Yeah.
Scheifele's got 45. Matthews has got 44. McKinnon's got 43. So,
anyways, they I don't know what the hell is wrong with Edmonton, but I don't know. The Canadians this season,
it's not there's something wrong, man. It's just they're not a good team. Like
but the Canadians this season, we have a game plan for the rest of all 30 NHL teams. You shut down Draisaitl and McDavid, Edmonton will lose, and it's proven fact.
And they showed it. I mean, they showed it on TV.
They have 3 points.
They went back to what they used to do to try to get Gretzky not to score points.
Yeah,
shadow. They have one guy shadow.
This game
it depended on who was on the ice, but especially in overtime, I absolutely love the fact that Byron was out there.
Beautiful, but see that this is where I understand why you put Paul Byron and Philip Danault on overtime on 3-on-3. I get that. I understand this situation. This is good, right?
That's a situation where you can probably have.
Yes. Yeah. To guard McDavid and Draisaitl.
To be honest, I think Byron's a great 3-on-3 player. He's responsible defensively. He'll almost never lose his man, and he's speedy. So even if he's not the most elite goal scorer, at least he'll go to the net. He'll make a chance. He'll have a break 2-on-1. They're NHL players, man. They can play hockey. Yeah. So I think he's the 3-on-3 player. I just don't know if I want to start him every single time or have him play the majority of the minutes. But tonight, like you said, great situation. You got to just stay on your man. That's it.
They did nothing.
That's all.
What did they do in overtime?
Nothing tonight. They did nothing.
I mean, David had that one shot. He had that one shot.
Yeah.
But that shot, he was going wide.
It also went up on him. It flipped up on him, so he didn't even have a great shot. And listen, Paulie Byron's not a young spring chicken anymore. He's 31 years old. Kept up with the fastest skater in a long time in this league. So I was very impressed with Byron's game.
A1.
He started the season pretty slow, but I think he's got some groove in him now. I think he's an assistant captain. He's like a low key guy who just plays the way he should be playing almost every night, and that's it. I mean, he did great in overtime.
He's fighting for his life.
Yeah, I mean,
he knows.
Look at this. Eric Staal came in, and I'm like, dude, yeah, but Jake Evans played well. He's been playing well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Eric Stahl's on my second line tonight. Questions asked. They put him with the two, arguably the two most maybe skilled wingers, right? In Toffoli as a shooter and Drouin as a puck mover. You're playing with like two of the better wingers on our team, for sure, top 6 wingers, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So you're definitely playing in a top 6. So I don't know.
It's
It's
good.
it was weird. I don't think I expected Stahl in that spot, and I think we both had a mini conversation on text saying like,
Yeah. But I don't mind. Actually, I
whoa,
don't mind because I saw when the reporters came out with like the preview or like the
yeah, the
supposed
mock,
lineup for tonight, and they had Eric Stahl on the second line, winging with Toffoli and Drouin, and they had KK on the fourth line with Byram and Lehkonen.
yeah.
And everyone I want to see on
Everyone
Twitter.
on Twitter.
Everyone
Oh
on
my
Twitter
God,
was
yeah.
fucking going off. Everyone was pissed off.
Free cut hashtag free cut
Yeah, free
Kanyemi, bro. That
KK,
was
free KK. It's like he went
so
to
good.
jail. I was like, what's going on here, free KK? What's going on? And I watching TVA Sport, and they're talking. Oh, what's this? KK on the fourth line. They're freaking out. I'll put Suzuki on the fourth line. He hasn't been doing anything. Blah blah blah, like this. And I'm like,
they're never happy. Those guys
no.
on
Then I
TVA,
went on
man.
Twitter and I tweeted
Never
out.
happy.
I'm like, you guys should be thankful that we have 4 lines that our coach can roll. And then I'm like, you'll be thanking me in the playoffs.
Come playoff time, exactly.
Like you don't understand. Actually, we have 5 lines if you think about it.
Pretty much, we have 5 NHL lines. Yeah. I mean, listen. Let's not be. You know, let's be real. Frolik could play in the NHL.
Yeah. Like when he played those 2 games, he was perfectly fine. He's a good fourth line player.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. With the Canadians, we don't have numbers on these lines. I don't believe in the first and second line, right?
Yeah, like I'll see if I can pull up a stat line from today's game to see, ice time.
I think what Ducharme does, he bases a lot on what happens in the game. If he sees like against Edmonton the first game,
yeah.
KK, Byram, and Lehkonen, they won us the game. They came out flying. They scored a goal in 18 seconds. What did they do? Yeah. They played more, right? They played a lot more. So I think that's what he's going to do, and that's what the direction the Canadians want to go with. 4 lines that could play hockey.
That can just come at you, yeah. Dude, I mean, you look at...
We'll see who's hot.
Do you understand? Tatar had a goal tonight.
Yeah, Tatar.
Less than 13 minutes played. Less than 13 minutes played tonight.
But that's
talk about efficiency.
That's amazing.
Less than 13 minutes played. And now I probably would like to see Tatar a little bit more. But you know what? You can't blame putting Paul Byron on the ice tonight.
No. He played a lot. How many minutes did he play?
He played 16 minutes. I mean, that's including the overtime.
Overtime.
But he played 16 minutes. Basically the Kotkaniemi, Byron, and Lehkonen line played between 13 and 14 minutes.
But that's amazing for a fourth line. I don't know how you're complaining.
Yeah. I mean, there's nobody the only forward that played 20 minutes tonight was Phil Danault, and 20 minutes on the dot.
Because of the minus the
overtime. Because of the overtime.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But like, just think about it.
And he only played that much because we were shorthanded. He was shorthanded for 3 minutes and 43 seconds tonight.
But think about it. Our fourth line played an average of 11 to 13 minutes. 10 years ago, our fourth line would have been playing 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was like maybe 6 to 8 minutes a night.
Look, they've gained an extra 5 minutes. That shows you that now you have to have depth. 4 lines.
It's depth.
And run them. Run the 4 lines.
Listen, I've been saying it for years that until we have 4 lines that you can really trust to play, and the fourth line doesn't have to play.
And I don't think you're going to win a cup.
The fourth line doesn't even have to play 13 minutes a night. But if you look at the teams that have won the cup,
especially St. Louis,
in the past like 5-10 years, almost every team has 3 lines that are, these guys could score. Yeah. And then a fourth line that if you put them out there, they're going to be winning some energy points. They're going to be winning some points. They're going to be winning defensive battles. Maybe they'll have a fight. Maybe they'll have a play that goes to them. Maybe they'll have a goal one night. Mm-hmm. It's a line that can contribute. Let's say once every 3 games, they'll have a big contribution. That's what you need. You need at least 3 lines and a fourth that's like solid, that can play and that does not hurt you.
Totally agree with you.
Totally. If your fourth line is hurting you, there's some teams in this league that the third line is hurting them. Imagine the fourth line. You talk about a lot of guys with call-ups. We'll talk about Vancouver.
Yeah.
How they're going to handle that situation.
Sure.
We didn't get to that before. But,
talk about.
Obviously you look at Buffalo and you say, if I'm putting even my third line out there, I look like what the hell is going on? I don't know if that's their system. I don't know if that's just the culture. I don't know what's going on. Whatever it is, it needs to be changed. But anyway, again, going to Buffalo again. But yeah, no, our guys, Nick Suzuki, 15 minutes. Kotkaniemi, 13 minutes. Anderson, 18 minutes. Eric Staal, 16 minutes, 56 seconds. So 17 minutes.
I rather, in my opinion, I rather have.
But unbelievable that
I rather have
17
quality
minutes tonight.
But I rather have quality than quantity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play 13 minutes, but that 13 minutes is effective. It's effective.
Yeah.
I don't want someone play 21 minutes and it's like, ugh.
That's Tatar's game. That's Tatar's game tonight. I mean,
the other thing, big loss today. Galley got hurt.
Yeah, Galley got hurt.
Want to plug
on
that
a slap shot on the same fucking hand that he's broken, I think, twice already.
Fucking roll.
It's very odd. I think I saw Arp Ambassador tweeted. He's like, it's very odd that someone has the exact same injury in a very particular spot that isn't a thing that happens all the time in the NHL. It's so weird.
It didn't hit his hand. It hit his forearm, inside forearm.
Yeah. So I think
near the elbow. I think it's a bad bruising. Bad. I think
I'm hoping it's nothing crazy. Now, you tweeted something as well. Speaking of Twitter, before we, speaking of Twitter, if you're going to follow us on Twitter, it's at S Junkies Pod. So S, the letter S, Junkies, Junkies, Pod, Pod, not podcast. Sports Junkies Podcast, you'll find us anyway. It's two schmucks in cartoon as our profile picture. You'll find it pretty easily. But you tweeted something tonight. I'll read it for everyone to... it was after the Gallagher. Galley not coming back to the game. As a defenseman, you were taught to shoot no higher than knees unless there is nobody in front of you.
Yeah.
Now,
I played as a defenseman. So
there are some exceptions, obviously. If you see a
shot,
but yes, especially with a guy like Gallagher that he's going to be in front of.
He's always in front of net. Don't fucking
What are you doing ripping one shoulder height? It doesn't make sense.
He's there for a reason. He's going to want to deflect it. Give it to him right at his knees.
In his knees and his shins. That's where he likes it. I'd rather he take a puck off the shin than a puck off the hand, off the chest,
put it on the ice,
arm.
Take a shot, put it on the ice. Rebound.
Yeah, but the ice, it's easier to get blocked. At least, you want 12 inches off the ice.
At least a foot. You want at least a foot off the ice.
A foot off the ice is perfect.
It pissed me off when Romanov did that. Like, come on, kid.
Yeah, listen, he's gonna have to learn.
To me, that's an inexperienced player.
I hope he goes to buy Gallagher some type of Rolex or something nice for him to put on his hand when it heals. Yeah, but hey, that was the game tonight. I think Staal had a phenomenal first game as a Montreal Canadian. So welcome to the city, Mr. 21, Mr.
What a way to cap it off! What a way to cap it off! Doesn't get better than that.
Like we said, he didn't do anything. He was a flashy player back in 07, 08, 09 when he was scoring 40 goals a year. But people forget 2.5 years ago this guy scored 40 goals.
Yeah, with Minnesota.
40 goals.
Yeah,
with Minnesota, with a team that
Minnesota, they weren't
right?
good that year. They weren't nothing special.
And I believe he had 20 the last time he had a chance to play a full season as well. So as much as he's older and whatever,
well, he's another Corey Perry, not the fastest guy.
Than Corey Perry.
Oh yeah, he's bigger. He's 6'4".
6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, 2-something.
Skate a little bit faster than Perry. Listen, Perry pulls moves on guys that I just laugh every time because he's just going as slow as a turtle. But for some reason, pucks get through. That first goal tonight. He just makes a play. You need a big play. These guys are gamers.
Yeah,
and that's why you want them on your team.
They come in clutch, right? They come in when it counts, and they produce when it counts, and that's why.
All we're missing is fucking Justin Williams, man, and then we have clutch
Game
central.
7.
You got Corey Perry on the left,
retirement.
Eric Staal in the middle, and then you put Justin Williams on the right. You'll always win a game. You put him on the ice.
Crazy.
But yeah, all jokes aside, those are two veterans that I really have enjoyed. Well, Staal's the first game, but I've really enjoyed having Perry on this team.
Oh yeah, what a signing.
Bergie with some.
Thank God we didn't sign Wayne Simmons. Thank God he went to Toronto. Oh, thank God.
Listen, Wayne Simmons, I think also could have been a useful player.
I don't think it would have been what Perry's doing right now. I don't think so.
I believe he's younger than Perry as well.
He is, but Perry's better. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Perry's probably more
He was a cheaper,
more of a playmaker, he'll make a play happen versus Simmons is like, okay, go to the net, just score dirty goals. I think Perry's a better player,
but Perry could
like a hockey player, you know.
But Perry too drives. He drives.
No, he drives the net. But I'm saying Wayne Simmons is more.
Yeah,
I find a little bit more unidimensional. That's more what he does. That's his thing. That's the only thing he does. But Perry makes plays, wins battles behind. I mean, I'm sure Wayne Simmons does too. I don't want to say Wayne Simmons is a shit player because he's not.
No.
But Perry's more of like, he'll find an open man easier than maybe Wayne Simmons would, or he'll do something with his hands that Wayne Simmons wouldn't do.
Yeah,
you know?
But that's why I like the Perry move better than thank God Simmons didn't come with us.
Yeah, I mean, apparently we offered him more money too, I believe.
Yeah.
We offered him more money and he went to Toronto because he wanted to play with his hometown key team.
Wow.
Guys want to play with their hometown teams. In terms of defensemen, we didn't, really talk about them that much tonight. Everybody was okay.
No, they played good. Besides,
I loved Victor Mete in overtime.
Yeah.
I loved his.
But I like to see more options on the D in overtime. I know Petrie could play.
Listen, as much as we say Petrie's our number one or whatever, I mean, aside from Weber, all these guys can skate.
I'm sorry, but did you see
Romanov
Kulak
can
today?
skate.
Did you see
Kulak can skate.
He was flying today.
Mete can skate.
I don't know.
So, I mean, you have at least 4 guys. Maybe Edmondson, you want to keep him on because he's very defensive and you might not have.
No, Edmondson, I wouldn't put him on.
He doesn't have the speed. Fine, but Kulak, Mete, Romanov, and Petrie are all guys who can skate.
But I would like to see some more. I don't know.
Now, it was very cool seeing Mete on the ice. I don't even think he expected to be on the ice. It just looked like he was like, "Oh, okay, let's go play." but at the same time, he stuck to the game plan. Keep the possession.
Yeah.
Use your speed. If you find an open play, make it. He didn't find an open play. He was going behind the net, whatever. He brought it all the way back. The line changed. Next line. That's what it was. You got to wait for your opportunities. And we were lucky enough that Staal had kind of a mini chance by himself opening. And then
nice shot. Oh, beautiful shot.
Again, good shot. Bad goal by Smith. I mean, I would
right over the pad,
it, but
right over the pad, under the blocker. Exactly when you shoot.
If we weren't gonna get copyrighted or demonetized or whatever, I would go break down the goal because I didn't like it in overtime. I think he was just shifting his feet too much, and usually when you make a save, you want to make a save as still as these pads are. You do not want to be moving when you're making a save, unless it's a save that you're gonna have to go, make the save somewhere. If you're gonna, do un déplacement. How do you even say déplacement in English?
I don't know.
No idea. For those of you who don't speak English, don't speak French. Apologies, but a déplacement is literally when you go from one side of the net to the other, or just a movement, any type of movement. Yeah, when you're shifting over.
Yeah.
If you're making that kind of movement to make the save, fine, that makes sense. When you're trying to put your body straight in front of it. But if a guy's coming down the wing, you should not have your feet moving, little shuffles, and try to be as steady as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looked to me that Smith was, because he was still like backing up as Staal was coming in. He took the shot. He wasn't set. We say set. That's our language. And it caught him off guard, exactly. So, great shot, great recognition. Maybe that he saw his legs were moving and he shot it. Just took a shot. But hey, history repeating itself. Kovalchuk, the old man who came in, scored in his first overtime game, and Staal scores in his first overtime game. So let's hope that Eric Staal does a little bit better than 10 points in 31 games, which I honestly believe he will, because he's going to be playing with 1, better players, and 2, he'll just have a better opportunity to be, him. I mean, I didn't call you right away. Usually we FaceTime before this, before the podcast, but I was watching his interview with Magdani on RDS. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I saw a bit of it.
Yeah, I mean, I like that he said that, this group is just like, they make plays, like they that's what they do. Like they just they find a
way to make something happen, right? And
that's
exactly.
And
what
so that's something you really, really want, especially going into going into the playoffs. I honestly still think there's an outside chance that we do make it, to the finals, make it all the way. But I guess we'll see. We'll see how $100 bet goes.
Yeah, for real. We have a good chance. We'll see. I just want to. I guess we'll end it off now with.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Quick, like 5 minutes on what's happening in Vancouver right now.
Yeah.
That's fuck.
Yeah. Listen,
17 players right now as of today that are on the COVID list, and it's 17 players that are
3 staff members, I believe, too.
Yeah, at 3 staff members plus family members that they said.
And it's also COVID variants.
Yeah,
not
and
even just not standard COVID. They ordered the Brazilian one. So
and it's not like it's a lot of them. It's not like they were in contact. Most of them are in contact, but a lot of them they actually have it. It's not that they were in contact; it's that they actually have it, and it's like
and there's a few symptomatic cases.
Yes, and
where people are really getting symptoms and
they're actually really sick. And
listen, I don't want to speculate. There is rumors about different symptoms as to the regular COVID, symptoms. I don't want to get into it because it's YouTube, and I don't know what we're allowed to say, what we're not allowed to say. But that being said, all we really wish for is that the Vancouver Canucks get better.
I
hope that their families are fine. And you know what? Even if they don't play hockey this year, at least just have them healthy enough to skate again this year. And
because pretty much now we don't know what the NHL is going to do.
Yeah,
right?
At the end of the day, I mean,
look,
health is more important than playing hockey, man. I don't care what anybody says.
Tell that to Gary Bettman. He's really pushing for 56 games. He wants to play 56. He doesn't give a shit. He's gonna try every option to play 56.
Listen, if there's guys that are not that don't have it, and that are fine to play, and you got to call up 5 guys.
But I think that's what's gonna happen in the next 5 days. This week we're gonna
listen. If this happened to Toronto, people would be losing their minds in the media. If we're gonna be honest, they'd be in first place. They're not gonna whatever. It's the first time they have a chance to win a cup. That's all you would hear in the media. Oh my God, it's unfair.
Toronto,
play all the games.
They'll be crying.
Me?
Yeah.
Now, listen, I don't want to shit on our friends at Sportsnet and at TSN because we love them.
Yeah.
But we know that was what was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, they were gonna milk it. But like, since it's Vancouver, no one really cares about. I feel like no one cares about Vancouver.
And they're outside of the playoff picture. I think if they were inside of a playoff picture with a good chance of getting there, maybe
I think it would have been a different
story. Yeah. But like I said, worst case, if you got to not play all the games.
Man, it's gonna be interesting. You're gonna have to go by win percentage. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about
the Canadians have all their games against Vancouver done.
Thank God, huh? And we won. Most of our wins come from Vancouver.
So we have all our games against Vancouver done.
Yeah.
Now the question is, do they make the Canadians play all their games and then the other teams not play all their games? Like what's it's a whole big
I don't know.
discussion. Listen, let us know on Twitter if you do follow us, or in the comments. I guess just see what you would do in terms of opinions.
Your opinion on this situation.
But yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, we hope they get better soon. We hope a bunch of guys get negative tests and double negative tests and triple negative tests, and we hope their families are okay, because at the end of the day, that's really
it's not nice to see like a team with 17 players, man, on the list. It's just so depressing. It's depressing. If I was a player, I'd be like, oh fuck it, I don't want to play this season. Like, you're already out of a playoff spot. You play the most games in the division. Now you have 17 players. You next thing you go home, your wife and kids have it. It's like, okay, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done. I wouldn't even be surprised if they get some players saying, you know what? I'm not coming back to play.
I mean, some people you had the option to opt out this year, if I'm not mistaken. So, I would not be surprised if things don't get better. That people, do exactly like you said. Now, I'm hearing some encouraging news from the States. That teams are getting vaccinated.
Oh yeah. The States
the Golden Knights. Like the Golden Knights. I believe all of their team is vaccinated.
For real?
Yeah, the majority of their team, and it's very possible they're even 2-shot vaccinated.
Wow.
For the U.S. teams, great, because for as much turmoil as there's been in the States over the past 4 years, but especially the last year, where everything's kind of upside down and nobody knows what's going on.
Actually, on this plan, they're actually doing good.
Yeah, I mean, this has been.
They had
8 million people in 2 days. I mean, if you did that in Canada, you'd be more than
that's
a third of the population,
Quebec.
pretty much.
That's Quebec.
You'd be all of Quebec would be done, and you'd be at about a third of the population of Canada. So in 2 days, you can get that done. Now, I understand we might not have the same infrastructure because we don't have as many people working in healthcare.
Yeah.
But for a country that's I don't want to get political, but for a country that's ranked up there in terms of healthcare, I think there's got to be some stuff done, especially in Quebec and Ontario, from what I'm seeing.
It's very disappointing. That's all.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what we're allowed to say about the situation or not. So I don't want to start getting taken down on YouTube on our 5th episode. But thank you for joining us on our 5th episode. I believe that's all we got for tonight, unless you want to add something.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good one. Another 40 minutes, easy talk. These things fly by, man.
Yeah, for real. We don't even realize.
We somehow we get things done on this podcast. We're looking at some other stuff also, having some, I wouldn't say experts, but having some other people with some opinions on here at some point.
New voices,
new voices, just to add to the mix.
Yeah.
And again, follow us on Twitter. That's SJunkies Pod, and obviously on YouTube if you're watching. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, go ahead and do that. You don't have to do the bells and all that stuff. Eventually, when we get to big production, then you could hit the bell, never miss a thing, all that fun YouTuber stuff. But right now, just stick with us. We'll be back with Masters next week, and a whole bunch of games in the North Division, hopefully. And then an update with anything else that's going on. So, Frank, thanks for joining me on this lovely Easter Monday.
Yeah, take care.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.